but well received in Russia. We'll talk exclusively with the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, in her first Sunday show sit-down, and with a Democrat on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Chris Van Hollen, about this stunning sequence of events. And Mexico sues U.S. gun makers all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
The Mexican government should be bringing Mexican criminals to Mexican justice in Mexican courtrooms.
All right now on Fox News Sunday. From Fox News.
Always here to help you. This island is our home. Through the years, we've been a friend to the neighbors we have known. Now we're banking on the future. More services to choose. Bank Pacific, where others put branches, we place roots.
Half a day. This is Jade Uggan from Security Title, and in celebration of Tomorrow Month, here is a tip on dealing with your land. You might be thinking of giving part of your property to your child or another family member. Once you have subdivided the property and recorded the map, you will also need to record the deed transferring the title. Just drawing the map is not enough to make sure they actually own the land. Protehi y Tanonmu. When it comes to your family land, call the professionals at Security Title. We are here to help.
Listen to The Point anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Find your favorite stations like The Point and discover more. Music stations, local and trusted news sources, sports talk and team coverage, plus today's biggest podcasts. Find it all on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
The time is 6:07 p.m. It is the Veterans with Benefits program with your hosts, Anthony Tyrone and Corinna Ballista.
Hello, welcome back. You're listening to us on The Point. You can call into 671-888-TALK. As always, want to thank our sponsors and happy Guam History and Chamorro Heritage Day. Yes?
Yes, that's correct.
Always want to thank our sponsors, Ambrose Inc., Hebzibah Family Medical Clinic, HMI, the veteran nonprofit group that Anthony and I are part of, American Legion, Guam Post 1. This Saturday, right? Is Steak Day? Yes, the 8th.
Yes.
Yes.
Because the first was Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so the 8th. Mm-hmm. And then Zuila.org. Thank you to Peter over there. And then Master Blasters for all your blasting needs. And then 11Z's. I got a new drink. I think I've gotten this before. This is the Sapphire Amethyst. It's purple, though. Mm-hmm. But it's like the drink in the top and drink in the bottom. And you just, mix it. Veterans get 11% discount. And then Domino's over there at...
Dane?
Dane, yes.
Yes, Dane Titan.
Yes, and then the most services and JTC services. And then my favorite part is Veteran of the Week. Veteran of the Week is Taylor Cruz. Veteran Taylor Cruz proudly served in the United States Army as a motor transport operator with the 74th Composite Transportation Company in Kentucky. During her time in service, Cruz gained invaluable experience, discipline, and a strong foundation that shaped both her personal and professional future. Reflecting on her military journey, Cruz encourages young adults to consider the opportunities the military provides. In her words, "The Army not only gave me the best experience I had as a young adult, but most importantly, it laid the foundation for my career. Without the Army and its numerous benefits, I wouldn't know where I would be today." To the younger generation, I highly recommend sitting down with the recruiter to see what the military could do for them. Continuing her dedication to service, Cruz is now committed to giving back to the military community. She volunteers at the Naval Hospital as a medical treatment facility Red Cross volunteer, where she will serve as a phlebotomist. This next chapter reflects Cruz's passion for supporting the well-being of service members and ensuring they receive the best possible care. Taylor Cruz embodies a spirit of service, demonstrating that the military is not just a career, It is a lifelong commitment to helping others. Thank you for her service. Let us honor her service. Taylor Cruz, Veteran of the Week. All
Yay.
right. And then
Congratulations.
we also want to say thank you to Red Cross, Ms. Tish Borja there for, giving us the Veteran of the Week, finding veterans to showcase.
Yes, and it's one of the ways that we can get all our veterans to be recognized and, at the very minimum, share their experiences from their service, and at least we can honor them on air and say thank you for their service. And more than just that, through our good friend and good veteran Dane Titan over at Domino's. Taylor, you can go over to Domino's Pizza, look for Dane, and get your pizza. If you're not going to get your pizza because you don't want it, give it to me. I will eat it. I love pizza. We'll find somebody to eat it.
All right. Did you want to do the question of the week and tip of the week?
Sure do.
All
So
right.
the question of the week is how to check the status of your VA claim.
I think it's everyone's question.
Once you've submitted a VA disability claim, you may want to track its progress to stay informed about where it is in the review process. The Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, provides multiple ways for veterans to check the status of their claim. Check your VA claim status online. You can do this by logging into va.gov. When you get on va.gov, you can track your claims on there. You can sign in using login.gov, id.me, and DS Logon. I believe we're going to be moving everything to id.me eventually. So if you haven't done it or if you don't have one, try to start working on getting an id.me account.
And DS Login. Yeah, and DS Login.
And DS Logon.
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like login.gov will be going away.
No. ID.me and login.gov. DS Login is the one that's going away in October.
Okay, so did you want to read this or?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I just wanted to tell you.
So which one is
Jose.
going away?
Jose, help me over here.
Which one is going away? Which one? DS Logon is going away?
Yes, in
Okay.
October.
So-
in October. Yes.
So let's look at trying to get into id.me or login.gov.
Yes.
All right. And then click on check your claim or appeal status, and you will see it. You see the current status of your claim. If you have not done this, it's really a bit challenging to navigate until you've become very familiar with it. So this is where the VA is moving, so it's a good idea to get on there. Okay. Estimated decision date, any actions needed from you will be on this va.gov. And you could also check your claim status by phone if you prefer to speak with someone. You can call the VA White House hotline at, well, I don't know that this is necessarily the White House hotline. The va.gov is the 1-800-827-1000 number. And this is the number we usually push out at all of our benefits boot camps to help our veterans understand that if you need any information from the VA, call that number, 1-800-827-1000. And there's a whole long list on the menu of things that you may want to find out. When was your last pay, or, what's going on with your claim? And usually you'd have to navigate through there by inputting your PII, your information like date of birth, Social Security, branch of service, and then eventually it'll take you to a person. And that person will then be able to verify your identity and start talking to you about your claim. So 1-800-827-1000. Now, their hours are 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, you just follow the prompts as they direct you, and you should be able to navigate that without a problem. If it's still the same, you may be able to stay on the line until somebody actually comes on, and then they can verify you. At any rate, get on there and, talk to somebody and get the information that you need. And you can call as many times as you want. When you start early, when they first open up, they're usually very fresh. If you start getting them a little bit after, you sometimes may run into long waits. And regardless of the long waiting times, eventually they will get to you. So here on Guam, I believe the time frame that matches the Eastern Standard Time for our Monday is Monday night, 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Tuesday morning, and that would be the Monday morning to Monday evening their time. So we usually tell folks, again, at our benefits boot camp to call the 1-800 number at 11 p.m. Now, when we get daylight savings time, then it may switch back to 10. So they'll let us know when that's going to be happening. Okay, how long does it take to process the VA claim? The time it takes to process a disability claim varies based on complexity of the case and how much evidence is needed. The general timeline as of 2024 is 3 to 6 months on average for a VA claim. For a higher level review, it's an appeal. It takes about 4 to 5 months. A supplemental claim is 3 to 4 months. Board of Veterans Appeals. Now, this is what we usually tell our veterans to try not to get into that if you don't have to right away. This was something that a lot of our older veterans were kind of directed to go to the Board of Appeals and appeal it, right? And they would get their claims stuck there for years. We've heard of people stuck there from anywhere from 12, 6, 5 years. So we try to get them to do as many supplemental claims to supplemental claims to help support their claim with more evidence. And a lot of that requires them going to the doctor, gathering documents, getting buddy statements or buddy letters, spousal support statements, and any information that will support their claim. So that's usually after they get denied, they're required to do a supplemental claim. All right, and then also, right, if your claim has been in the same status for longer than expected, you can call the VA or contact your congressional representative for assistance. Now, try to use a little better judgment when you do this. We've seen veterans go in there and demand the congressman's office to get me my claim. I want it now. And it usually comes back denied if that's what they're asking for. And a lot of the reason behind that is they have not yet been able to review the claim. So obviously, if they don't have the evidence they need to adjudicate the claim, they're going to tell you, well, based on what we have, you're denied. So allow them to do some things. And if it does start to take too long, and you want to go to the congressman's office, you're welcome to do that, and maybe it would be an inquiry. I would suggest before you do that, before you go see the congressman's office, maybe you try the 1-800 number, Maybe you get a va.gov account and you look in there and, try to work it within your means and within what's normal before you just jump straight to the congressman's office. Again, we'll let the congressman's office tell us how they would like for that to be done. Okay, now, the next part I have is the tip of the week, maintaining physical fitness after service. Transitioning from military service to civilian life can be challenging, especially when it comes to maintaining physical fitness in the military. Structured physical training, PT, is a daily routine, but after separation, it's easy to fall out of the habit. Staying active is not just about physical health, it's essential for mental well-being, stress management, and overall quality of life. Why staying active is important? It improves your mental health and reduces stress, helps manage your chronic pain and injuries, promotes cardiovascular health, supports weight management and healthy aging, provides a sense of camaraderie and purpose. Okay, start small and stay consistent. Find activities you enjoy. Join a gym. Well, if you got your benefits, if you're getting already service connected, you should be able to access the gym. So, on base. Stay active with family and friends. Consider group fitness or personal training. Use technology to stay motivated. So there are many local fitness centers here on island. Maybe you could seek them out. As far as the bases are concerned, we have Charles King Gym down at Big Navy. We have Anderson with the gym up there. I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, there is a gym on Camp Blas, the old Nick Tams.
I wonder if the AC is working. Because we were there, I think we went there for a retirement ceremony, and the AC wasn't working. But hopefully it's working now.
Excuse me. Yes. Okay. So, final thoughts. Maintaining physical fitness after service is critical for long-term health, mental well-being, and mobility. While it may not be as structured as military PT, incorporating daily movement, strength training, and cardiovascular exercise can help you stay healthy, strong, and independent.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are great tips because there are questions online that ask the question, but you just give the tip. But did you want to say hello?
Sure. I wanted to say hello to Knox and Aaliyah and to my mom.
All right. Let's say hello to those watching us online. We have Marvin Eseki. Good evening, HMI. Hello. Benji Perez, half a day. Brennan Fausto, USMCG Head watching. Let's go, veteran warfighters. Janet Green, half a day, Karina. I've tried checking my VA online, and there's still nothing yet. Can you help me out? So, Janet, Anthony just shared the tip. If you need to find out about your claim, you can find it online, or you can call the 1-800 number, 1-800-827-1000. And then that will be tonight at 10 p.m., or is it 11 p.m.? 11 right p.m. Yeah. Call the number 11 p.m. to 11 a.m.
1-800.
1-800. And then Joanne Fullerton says half a day.
Half a day, Mr.
And then, I think, okay. And then you said we have a caller?
Yes, we do.
All right. Oh, wait. Okay. I'll read those later. Okay. Hello.
Are you ready for the caller?
Yes.
All right. Half a day.
Half a day.
Is this Julian?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Julian?
Half a day. Buenos and half a day.
All right.
All right. So, hey, so we have you on air, and as usual, we want to know the good information, Julian. What are you hiding from us?
I don't think he's hiding. Julian, do you wanna introduce yourself, who you are, and then I guess if anyone has any questions, they could call in, or they can ask it online, or send me a message. But go ahead and start, Julian. Introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you for having me. And my name is Julian Bordalio from the office of Congressman James Moylan. I am a Navy veteran who manages and handles veteran affairs related casework within our district office. I'm a proud Navy veteran. I'm a disabled vet, and I'm glad to be of service to our veterans on island.
All right.
Thank you. And that is true. Julian has been making himself available for us so that if we had any questions, we can always reach out to him. He's been active over at the the Veterans Task Force. Did you make it to the commission meeting?
He did. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so go ahead, Julian. So I guess, we said that we wanted to have you on the show because what you do is very valuable to the veterans here. So can you tell veterans, what we spoke about earlier about what you do? What are some of the things you can help veterans with, and how they can get a hold of you?
Well, first and foremost, I'd just like to say, how lucky we are that we have a veteran as our delegate to Congress, because him being Congressman James Mullen being a veteran helps us, the staff down below, as well, to understand the importance of veteran issues. And I just want to share with you that, veteran issues is at the center of his focus and agenda. And he does recognize that there are a lot of things that veterans on island need And, here in the district, we have what's called constituent service that we service to agency base. And so that entails and it's not just VA related issues, it's all federal related issues. So if a constituent is not hearing from a federal agency, it's been 30 days, 60 days, or they think they received an unfavorable response that is not fair and they would like for it to be further examined, they can definitely call their congressional office and link up with the caseworker, and we can help them navigate whichever issues they're having with any federal related concerns. Specifically to veterans, we handle kind of everything under the sun, VA related. So if they have been waiting on a CMP, if they was waiting on an appointment, anything Benny travel related, really anything VA related, they can come to the congressional office for.
And I think the last time we were at the Veterans Task Force meeting at the legislature, there was what you mentioned as a form that they would first need to fill out before we could take action on that.
Correct. So the process to initiate a congressional inquiry begins with, of course, the constituent paying a visit down to our office, or we also have our field people who can go to houses for veterans who are maybe disabled and not well enough to come to the office and pay us a visit. They will come and we will make them sign what's called a privacy release form. This form is needed for us so that we can engage and begin dialogue with any federal agency and look into their problems.
All right. That's great. That's great, Julian. So what is the phone number they can call?
Our office can be reached at 671-922-6673, or they can also send an email to james.moylan@mail.house.gov.
All right. So, Julian, I know you are already working some issues for some veterans, and some of them are, very successful. Can you share some of the issues? Of course, not names, but just some of the issues you've been helping veterans with?
Right. And so one recent case we had, one individual who was having problems with his dental appointment, right? So on paper, he was rated 80% disabled. However, VA sent him a letter stating that due to his unemployability, that VA was going to pay him at a rate of 100% due to individual unemployability.
Okay.
Now, at the onset of the case, he tried to go and get an authorization for a dental visit at one of the local clinics, and they told him that because he was only 80%, the VA was unable to cover that. But then he shared with our office that he has a letter stating that he was 100%. Now, we went back in and called the VA in Honolulu and said, hey, if I know he's only 80%, but if you guys deem that he's going to be under the individual unemployability program, isn't he not supposed to be covered in terms of dental as well? So, if the veteran didn't come to us and provide that letter, and if we didn't shine the light on this issue, then, he would have had to run around. So just cases like this that I think just needs a little push with the VA to kind of look at it, because I think, of course, we got to give them credit as well. That they're probably overburdened with a lot of cases, and so they kind of go through the motions without looking at every detail. But that's what your congressional office is for, and your caseworkers at our district office. So instances like that.
And I think with that, right, by the way, thank you for taking care of that veteran. And, anytime our veterans have a a tough time navigating the system, right? It's really painful for our veterans, and they're already going through a lot of things that make it really difficult for them to transition from, hey, this is how I did it in the service, and now that I'm out of the service, it's so hard for me to keep up with some of the things. And maybe a lot of times those different issues might be going on in civilian locations, maybe that had we had our own veterans hospital or veterans dental, then we wouldn't be having that challenge. But that's for another topic down the road. But we probably need a little bit more focus into ensuring that anytime our veterans have any of these issues, that they go to one place and they can get it answered. And thankfully we have your office for that, and your purview is more associated with things that deal with the federal government than it does with the local government. Is that correct?
Correct. But, of course, the congressman and the office promote strong collaboration with any of the local veteran organizations, and most especially our ASEN office, our state office, right? Our VA state office, which is located down in ASEN. I think, Tony, you make a good point. I think, and I just want to share with you my experience with helping veterans in the congressional office. And what is the common denominator of their frustration is the lack of information while they navigate through the federal system. So I think if we strengthen our resources locally, where we have a lot of certified VSOs who can really explain the nitty-gritty of the 38 CFR Part 4, which is the Schedule of Rating of Disability, which shows exactly how the VA rates different types of disabilities. It even explains how a combined rating is. And I think if the veterans, most of our veterans, were equipped with the proper information while they go through this process, while they go and collect their documents, I think it would really, make it easier for them, because then will have a full grasp of what they're trying to achieve and what documents are necessary that they need to gather, so that they can go and make their claim to the VA, and it's substantial and it's enough for the VA to say, yes, you deserve this disability rating. But most of the time, what I experience is a lot of our veterans submit and resubmit their claims without examining their documents and looking at, okay, maybe I need to go and get more documents that ties my disability to my service time. And I think more services like that, and thank you, HMI, for helping our veterans. But I think if there were more types of services like that on island, it can really ease the frustration of our veterans.
Yes, and what we've been doing is promoting that even through folks like the Knights of Columbus. They are considered a VA certified VA veteran service organization, as well as so that would be Roki Cruz over at Knights of Columbus, and then we have Tish Borja over at the Red Cross, right? These two organizations are also veteran service organizations, and there could be some way, shape, or form that we might be able to get these folks to, assist a little bit more, even if it comes down to things like doing some volunteer work that would even just make the veteran feel more comfortable, or, have the idea behind, hey, I've been volunteering at this location for a little bit, and this is what they normally ask for, right? So it's even just somebody to help them navigate that. Now, I think we're going to take a quick break, so if you don't mind, just stay on the line and we'll just have a few more questions for you.
Thank you, Julian. You're listening to us on The Point, 93.3. We'll be right back.
Fox Facts For many people, coffee is more than just a drink. It's a vital part of their morning routine. The rich aroma and warm sip of that first cup, especially when brewed from freshly ground beans, can be the perfect way to kickstart the day. But did you know that coffee beans aren't actually beans? They're seeds. Specifically, they are seeds from the coffee cherry, a small fruit that starts off green and ripens to a bright red or yellow as it matures on the coffee plant. Inside each cherry, you'll typically find two seeds, which we commonly refer to as coffee beans, with the two main species used in the coffee industry being Arabica and Robusta. The term bean comes from their resemblance to true beans, but botanically they belong to a different category. After being harvested from the cherries, these seeds go through a series of processes, drying, roasting, and grinding, before they transform into the coffee we know and love. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
Hi, this is Jerry Roberts. What's happening in the workplace? What about your job and career? What ideas will find their way into your world? That's what you get with The Extra Point every day on The Ray Gibson Show here on 93.3 FM. Sometimes it's about what's in the news, or working relationships, or how to get further and do better. I try to make it interesting, inspiring, and hopefully sneak a little fun in too. Be a part of it. 7:25 weekday mornings. The Extra Point. Brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank.
And we're back. We're going to say hello to those that are watching us online. Charlie Hermosa, Semper Fi, guys. I logged in at Join the Gym. Okay. Are you really there, or are you just saying that? Frank Tadagui says, Buenas, Biba HMI. Charlie Hermosa says, when you add music to the commission meeting last Friday, it makes it even more dramatic. Oh, yeah, we didn't even get to talk about that yet. We will. Ken Paulino, good evening. Charlene Reginden, half a day team HMI. Janet Green says, thank you. Yes, Janet, that's the tip that Anthony shared earlier. Benji Perez says, Biba Julian. Johnny Atulai. So why weren't you at the commission meeting, Tony?
Which Tony is that?
You.
Oh my gosh, we'll talk about that.
And then Joe Ramos. Good evening, HMI team and veterans. Woohoo.
Joe, I got your stickers.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right, because he asked about that. Then Bill Salisbury, Biba HMI.
What's up?
All right. Now we still have...
So, hey, Julian, we got you on the line. What we like to do is let you say a few more things that you like, and then, we could cut you loose unless you want to stay on a little longer.
No, I don't really have much to say. I really just urge the veterans and all the other organizations to please use your congressional office. That's what we're here for. That's what the congressman is there for. He's a big advocate for veterans, and we will be, extending our services to anyone that needs it.
Yes, and we know very well firsthand, speaking with you and your presence at majority of the events, and if you're not there, you're always available on WhatsApp or on phone, and we sincerely appreciate that, and we'd like for you to continue to help us and help our veterans here on island, and we thank you and the congressman and the office there and your staff who are very helpful to us. So.
And just one more thing, we do have a town hall for veterans that's going to come up. Nothing is firm yet. There's a lot of things going on back in Washington, D.C. So when we get a more firm date, then really we'll be able to put that out and inform all you guys.
Awesome. And we continue to have events, and, as usual, we're always all invited to come there and take advantage of whatever HMI is doing and all the different efforts that we have to keep our veterans informed and take care of them so that they understand how to navigate this process and to know that they're not alone, and we're here to help, and we have all our veterans supporting all of us. So again, Julian, thank you. You have a good night, and stay listening on the line, and let us know if there's something you want us else to talk about. Okay.
Thank you, Julian.
Thank you, and Viva Veterans.
Yes, Viva. All right. That was great information.
Sure was.
And veterans can always reach out to the congressman's office. They're located, what is the building? It's next to Shirley's?
Um,
Seville? No?
It's the Seville and Tang law firm building. But,
Okay, so they're
that's
on
a
the
different
third
name.
floor.
Yes, they're the third floor.
Yeah, so if you missed it, we had Julian Berdalio on from the Congressman's office. So if you want to reach out to them, their number is 671-922-6673. You can email them at james.moylan@mail.house.gov. He was just sharing an issue that he had, that he helped a veteran with. And so any issues that you might have, they will be able to help you. Now, just remember that this is the federal office. So like he said, any federal issues that you need to elevate, they can assist. And then, gosh, we have so much to talk about. But thank you, Julian, for calling in. So before we go any further, I do just want to say Boot Camp 38, HMI Boot Camp 38 is coming up. That will be in Marito? No, Santa Rita.
Santa
Oh my
Rita.
gosh, sorry. Santa Rita. Oh, forgot. Santa Rita. That is next week. What is that? March 11, 12, 13, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Then the Veterans Summit up at Anderson. That's going to be March 18, 19, 20. And then our episode 2 podcast,
Yes,
KOM
comes
podcast,
out.
will be premiering March 24th, Monday, on the news, right after the news. And then last week you attended Hiring with the Heroes.
Hiring Our Heroes. It
Hiring
was
Our Heroes.
something that we had a table there because our partnerships with WestCare and the things that they're doing. As a matter of fact, we will be partnering with them for the Veterans Summit coming up, not next week, but the following
week
week.
after, yes.
18, 19, 20 will be up there at Anderson.
Yes.
It's a partnership with us, WestCare, Wounded Warrior, and MWR with Ed Biakin and Miss Monica, I believe it is up there.
Yeah, so veterans will have a chance to visit the resource tables, talk to those that are speaking, ask questions. And then the third day, we're going to have boot camp, HMI's boot camp.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. And then,
So with the Hiring Our Heroes, we had the opportunity to talk to Miss Wendy Schwartz. Miss Wendy Schwartz is the Hawaii representative that what she does is she comes out here and she talks about issues that from the mental health side that deal with, so she's on the VHA side, talking about mental health, but she's there to help guide veterans into, seeking employment, right? So we found out that VRE, which is Miss Letitia Ford, right, falls under the VBA side, and she falls under the VHA side. And it's really interesting that, we have something like this on the VHA side. Now, more importantly, our other partner, JTC, Miss Cynthia Cruz, was also out there. And she found some folks that were looking for veterans to employ, so she connected with them. We also found out that there is a tax credit for agencies or organizations that hire veterans.
Oh, wow.
So not only are you able to save money by getting them their benefits and getting them to not have to pay for medical when you're there, you get a tax credit of either $1,200 up to $9,600 every year by hiring a veteran. So if you really consider that, if you have 10 guys that are there and you're at the high range of 9,000, you're saving 90,000 on taxes
yes.
by hiring 10 veterans. So we may want to consider that type of arrangement, and it's another reason why hiring veterans is very important. Now, how that applies out here on Guam, if you want to learn a little bit more, you can reach out to JTC, and Ms. Cynthia might be able to navigate that and let us know. So it was a great event overall. We were able to, meet a lot of our veterans. Still, so many of them that are not
Service connected.
registered, haven't filed their claims. If they've been registered, they're still waiting for a little bit more help. So there's no shortage of veterans out there needing assistance. So even though we meet them at places like, a hiring event, right? these folks also still need their claims taken care of. So
Definitely.
if we could start working on that, that'll be something that, we need to start continuing to push forward on.
Yes, and then one more event Saturday. We thank you to the Mardi Gras. The golf tournament. HMI was chosen as the veteran nonprofit organization to receive the proceeds from the golf tournament.
Yes.
So that was fun. That was my first time at Finest, and we were barbecuing meat donated by a veteran-owned business.
That's right.
Ian Wholesale.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my gosh, that
Earl
was so
Neal and
good.
Miss Jamie, right?
Oh my,
and
yeah, that food was yummy.
The folks that were golfing, they loved that barbecue.
It
And
was so much
thank you
fun.
to Joe Ramos for coming out there and helping me barbecue. Otherwise, I'd be by myself. And
to Miss Rita for
Miss
helping
Rita,
me
yes.
cut all that meat.
Oh, and
Oh my
our
gosh.
ladies over at the
The Mardi Gras ladies. Oh,
Bollywood.
the dancers. Oh yes, the Bollywood for being the whole watchers.
Oh my gosh.
So Tutuha and
Yeah.
the Bollywood dancers.
Yes, so we had a lot of good help from those folks, and we really appreciate the help. We had some notables that we met out there. We met Frank
Oh, yes.
Cruz from KFC, one of the big sponsors out there.
Yes, we had Chrysostomo.
Marvin.
No, what's his name? Pacific Trucking. Pacific Foods.
Mike Limitiaco.
That one. Yes. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, same thing. Mike Limitiaco, Chrysostomo, same last name. We're kidding.
Sorry.
Yeah, we met Mike out there. It
There's
was
so many
nice.
people we ran into.
You're gonna get him in trouble.
I know.
What names are you using these days, Mike? But anyway, Mike Limitiaco was out there. So we had a good conversation. We had Nestor Lacanto out there.
yes.
We ran into quite a few people out there. Dr. Fergerger was out there.
Yes, and thank you to the ladies, the ones that helped us serve the meat. So
Yes.
they're from the show, the sandcastle, the old sandcastle, but now it's the new show, Carrera.
Oh, okay.
The ones that were dressed up in the Mardi Gras tutus.
Yeah. The ones serving.
Yes, so they're the dancers. They perform.
And who was the bartender?
Jun Tender.
Oh my gosh,
Woo-hoo,
yeah.
Pika's best, Jun Tender.
He was
Oh my
he was
gosh.
great.
Yeah, his Bacardi shot of inspiration. That was yummy. I was like, can I get a shot? Can I get a shot?
Wait a
I
minute.
need a shot of
You
inspiration.
were drinking on duty?
Hey,
Why didn't
I wasn't
know
behind
this?
a computer, so that's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I wasn't behind a computer.
But it was great times. Ronnie, man, thank you. That was awesome. All of the Hit Radio 100 folks out there. The raffle. Was there a live pig that was donated?
Oh my gosh, yes. So thank you to Mr.
Gonzalo.
the veteran. But I don't think it was the veteran that won, but they were really happy for all those prizes. Thank you to all the veterans too for donating those prizes.
Yeah,
Those are some
Phil
really good
Torres,
prizes.
Attorney Phil Torres won the speakers, right? The boombox.
Oh, he did. Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway.
They loved it.
In spite of that rain, it was a great showing and everyone had fun.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoyed great food with the EN Wholesale and a lot of good times talking to all the folks out there. Great event. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us, and we look forward to doing it again.
Oh, definitely. So are we taking a break? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to us on The Point.
Hi, this is Jerry Roberts. What's happening in the workplace? What about your job and career? What ideas will find their way into your world? That's what you get with the Extra Point every day on The Ray Gibson Show here on 93.3 FM. Sometimes it's about what's in the news, or working relationships, or how to get further and do better. I try to make it interesting, inspiring, and hopefully sneak a little fun in too. Be a part of it. 7:25 weekday mornings. The Extra Point, brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank.
And we're back. What do we have? Oh, Natasha says, half a day from the waters. Hello. Yes.
The music's still playing.
Oh, yeah, but we can still talk, right?
Can they hear
Jose? Yeah, they can hear us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Having a little dance party. You know?
Yes. I know I can hear it. So
I got a shot of inspiration.
yes, Jen Tender, shot of inspiration. So one event that did come across to us was Boots to Business Reboot on March 25th, 2025, sponsored by Small Business. This is for this is out of Hawaii, I think. Hawaii team is coming, so it's going to be at UOG, March 25th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It said bring your own lunch. I reached out to Mr. Lujan from the SBA office. So this is presented by VBOC of the Pacific in partnership with SBA Guam and Pacific Island Small Business Development Center Network. It's a workshop. It'll be covering introduction to business ownership, basics to opportunity recognition, and this is in conjunction with U.S. Small Business Administration Veterans Business Outreach Center. So I want to go to this. This is interesting because, I'm a veteran. So I just wanted to spread the word. That's the Hawaii office coming to Guam to present at UOG. All right. So locally, Guam Veteran Task Force meeting. We just had that on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And then we had the Veteran Commission meeting, and if any veteran wants to watch the commission meeting, it was streamed live on the governor's YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And the difference between the Guam Veteran Task Force meeting and the Guam Veteran Commission meeting is evident. Everyone has a voice at the Guam Veteran Task Force meeting, but no one really has a voice at the Veteran Commission meeting, and then you basically have two seconds to say anything or voice your concern. I attended both, and some that were in attendance of both. I said, just watch the meetings, watch what it's like, watch the difference between the two, because it's not the same. And the Veteran Commission meeting is not for them to tell all the veteran organizations here what to do or how to do, or to police them, right? Because if you're going to have an event, are you going to have the commission meeting say, oh, you can't do that? And then there was just so many things I'm not happy about. And I was told to stop causing trouble, calm down. But I think I'm past that.
And when I first started attending those meetings, I found that they were, it's a place where issues go to die. And I hate to sound like the guy that's not being helpful, but sometimes when you go to some event and it's wasting your time, you sometimes have to wonder, how many more times am I going to go to an event where my time is being wasted? And, we have folks that have been doing this for 2 years now, right? And these same folks had the same issues and problems. I mean, if this is the type of leadership that we have, we really got to wonder how much more help do they need? Because if we cannot organize ourselves as veterans, and if we're really using the government to help us, and yet we're unable to arrive at a position of, hey, here's what we've achieved, and we continue to vote. I mean, it's like we've already got people that are vice chair and secretary. Why do you need to vote again when you already have those positions? What you should be doing is voting for the position that is now open. You don't need a new vice chairman. You don't need a new secretary. You need a chairman. So let's nominate for who the chairman's going to be. All of a sudden, we just have rules that just seem to just come out of thin air, and all of a sudden, hey, this is the commission rules. If you don't even have any mission statements, if you don't even have any bylaws and things like that, what premise are we operating under? How is it that we are going to have a meeting and expect to understand that, hey, these are the rules for the meeting when we don't even exist as an organization or as a commission? And you know, I'm trying not to be too critical about what's going on, but through an unbiased system, I had put in what had happened at the meeting, and it spat out that it was a total disaster. And for many of them, their intentions are great. They're trying to put it together. They're trying to do these things. But if we keep reinventing a wheel every single time we meet, it appears that we don't have a wheel. It appears that we're doing something that, you know, is the equivalent of insanity. We're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. How do we continue to do this to our veterans? It is very disrespectful to our veterans to not have that commission up and running. And I don't make this as a personal attack on anybody. I make this, if we've been sitting around at this commission, my goodness, 2 years, what have we been able to do? Say, oh, we're going to have a Memorial Day. Yay. Oh, we're going to have this. We knew we were going to have these events anyway. So maybe we shouldn't even have a commission, and let's just tell each other we're going to have a party and then invite everyone to the party. And that's it, because there is no structure. There is nothing that has come out of that commission that has even presented. I haven't even heard anything about where this whole registry is at. You know, 2 years, it takes us 2 years to get a registry going. My goodness. We have a tough time really getting these actionable items down. And this is our leadership that's doing this. So for those of you that consider yourself leaders on that commission, I highly urge you to get together and do something. I mean, if you're thinking that it's your election that's gonna do something, I'm sorry. If you can't even get an election down properly because you got no rules and regulations, I think we're spinning our wheels again, and we're in the same position we've been when we started 2 years ago or more, and we're doing the same thing over and over again. So I don't know. If you're a part of that, maybe we need to present these rules and let the people know, hey, veterans, we do care for you. Here's what we're doing. Here's what's happening. Open it up so people can see what they're doing. And if they need help, call the AG's office. If you cannot handle it legally, get somebody in there who knows how to do this. If you can't do it, go get help. Stop trying to help yourself in one corner and keep the secrecy amongst yourselves. Let everyone see it, open it up, and get that thing done once and for all.
So some of the things we talked about at the task force meeting, the Guam Veteran Task Force meeting, not the same one you're talking about. We talked about CBOC concerns. We talked about veterans concerns, the treatment at the GOVA office. We talked about the cemetery grant and hiring challenges. We talked about discussion of Public Law 37101 and 37102. We talked about base access for veterans. We talked about the $14 million cemetery grant opportunity status. So, those are some of the things that we talked about. And the only one that talked about these at the commission meeting was Mr. Salas, because he was at the task force meeting. Yes. So kudos to Mr. Salas for bringing up relevant issues, not events, and not when the next meeting is, and not voting for unnecessary things.
Get your act together over there, Veterans Commission. Maybe I'll show up when you get your act together.
All right. We will see you next week. Thank you.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam. 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
Offering their own framework for peace. I'm Sue Guzman, Fox News. Leaders from Europe, Canada, and NATO holding a summit Sunday in London to talk about Ukraine's future. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says Europe is at a crossroads in history and that it must do the heavy lifting to stop Russia's war in Ukraine, and he says they cannot do it alone.
To support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong U.S. backing. We're working with the U.S. on this point after my meeting with President Trump last week. And let me be clear,